Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And Christa.
We're the Big Family Homestead, and let's try this again. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what?
There's no explosion on this computer.
You guys are so lucky. You guys are so lucky because I had explosions and stuff. I had a real live show made.
He did. He worked so hard. But then my computer did not want to work any harder. So
Macintosh.
Yeah, it's a Macintosh. It's an Apple. And you know what?
It works for most people.
It works for me.
It really does work for most people. It's one of those things where if you ask it to do something it says that it's not used to doing. No. Where's my safe space? I need kittens. I need puppies. I need crayons.
Stop it.
It's true. But I'm glad it works for you.
It does. It does work for me.
It works for you well.
Thank you.
It works so well. Why don't you tell them what they're doing today?
No,
what are we doing today?
What we're doing today is we're actually getting ready to make dinner. And so Brad thought, well, let's just go ahead and go live. Okay, because this is an easy meal. Without doing this live, it takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
From start to finish. So this is a super fast meal. And while this is going, then I'm also going to make some of our homemade Bisquick. I guess I can use that term. It's a Bisquick mix. But it is a homemade version, not the store-bought box. So so that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see. Quick question for you.
Me.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what makes this recipe, if we weren't talking it up, like you said, it takes 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But if you're at home, why in the world does this go so fast? And I know what it is, so it's kind of a baited question.
It is a baited question. I'm going off camera just to go get the thing that it is. And it is this.
Thrive Life.
Thrive Life is what makes this so fast.
It's freeze-dried.
Okay? And if you don't have Thrive Life, that's okay.
Use fresh.
Use fresh. Or store-bought, I should say, store-bought.
Because this is fresh.
This is fresh. Store-bought, it sits on a shelf for a while. And, excuse me. It takes a little bit longer because the broccoli then has to cook. So.
Yeah. But this, may I?
Yes,
Mother,
of course you may.
What's crazy is this is already done. It's already cut up, freeze-dried, full size. Mm-hmm. You can rehydrate this if you want.
You can pre-rehydrate it.
Yeah.
But we don't.
It goes straight into the soup just like that.
Yep.
And I wish you could smell this because it's honestly just like garden fresh.
Yeah. It's when you steam broccoli, that's what it is.
It smells like.
That's what it is. And this is really good even like this, dry.
People use it as a snack.
It's an awesome snack.
They'll be able to hear it. I think the mic's close enough. Can you believe that?
It is so good.
It's like good for you popcorn.
Oh. And it doesn't need it. I could totally sprinkle some nutritional yeast on there.
Yeah. Well, people don't know what that is, so you gotta explain it.
Nutritional yeast is, I don't know how to explain it.
It's good for your gut. It's like yogurt in that there's probiotic in it.
No.
That's what I thought.
No.
No?
Nutritional yeast adds vitamins to it. So you're adding B12. So if you are a vegetarian, that is a great add to dishes like rice or broccoli or whatever. But I could totally add nutritional yeast to this. We have some flavored ones that have Himalayan salt and apple cider vinegar. Oh my gosh.
Or the dill one.
The dill one?
The dill one's really nice.
So yummy. Anyhow.
Anyway, why don't you show, you're making broccoli cheese soup and like we said, normally 10 minutes. So on your mark, get set. On your mark, get set. On your mark.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the burner on.
Oh yeah, and check this out, folks. I even have, close cam. How's that for even with only 10 minutes of the switch over of the computer?
This milk over here.
Oh yeah, and remember, Mom, don't forget, just because you're wireless, they can still hear you, even if you walk out of the room.
I know.
They'll hear you.
I know.
They'll hear you.
All right, so I've got a stick of butter here. I've cut already into tablespoon pieces to, I don't know why. I always use my hands for stuff. It's funny.
Can you make it with dehydrated ingredients, says the Daily Prepper? And the answer is yes, you can, but it's going to take a lot longer. And the reason for that is because of the nature of the difference between freeze-dried and dehydrated.
Right.
Dehydrated is you use heat to extract the water out of it, and it's a completely different process than freeze-drying it, where they actually drop the temperature really super, super low while they're pulling the moisture out of it. And so the real issue there is that, first of all, when you go dehydrated, you're actually killing a lot of the nutritional benefits, all the nutrients.
When you dehydrate, you're heating to dry it.
And you're ending up killing that stuff off as it goes.
It takes out the nutrients.
Not all of it.
Not all of it, but it takes some of the nutrients out. But when you freeze dry, it locks in all of those nutrients into the food that you have.
But to continue on, the dehydrated, it gets super tough. This is not tough. It's crunchy until the water hits it. Then it goes straight back to right like broccoli, like regular fresh broccoli.
Yep.
Whereas dehydrated, it's really super chewy and hard until a long time going.
Yeah.
So you can, yes, but like I said, it would take that explanation.
I am also going to use Thrive onions, so I don't have to
Show
chop.
them in the close
I
cam.
don't have to chop.
Isn't
I don't
that
have to
awesome?
cry. There's no crying. There's no
There's
crying in cooking.
There's no crying in cooking.
We didn't even plan that, and we said the same thing.
Well,
That's funny.
yeah.
So the recipe calls for 1 whole onion. So this is how I do this.
That's how you cut onions, baby.
That's how I cut onions, you know?
Just like that. That's how we roll.
I don't measure very well.
But
So-
check that out. Isn't that crazy? You just toss it in there, and the butter, the liquid that's in the butter, is going to rehydrate that onion.
Right.
And you can't really, so you wish you could smell it.
Oh man, it smells so good.
Yeah.
So right now, I just rehydrated those onions and just gonna saute them just a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna add the flour. And I've got about 1/3 cup of flour here.
In you go.
And then I'm gonna cook that a little bit just to get rid of that flour taste.
Let that butter soak
Oh,
up,
yeah.
do its work. And if you guys are wondering, I'll mention it a few times. The recipe is in our cookbook that is available.
And it is on sale.
It is on sale for
It is on
until
sale.
when?
The 19th. It's on sale if you use the coupon code SCHOOL20. All
We're
caps.
going back to school.
Going back to school.
All
All right.
caps, school 20, no spaces.
No spaces.
And
So-
the link is down below.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add milk. Okay, I'm going to add it a little slowly, and this is milk from our cow, but I'm going to add slowly so that it doesn't splash.
And about how much milk, baby?
6 cups.
6 cups. And you know, the funny thing about this recipe is the time that it takes to heat that milk from cold in the fridge to warm is the longest process it takes to do the recipe.
Pretty much.
Because you don't want to scald the milk.
No, you don't want to scald the milk. You're going to heat it. Now I do have this on high, but
If you're stirring it, you're
I'm
gold.
stirring it. I'm paying attention to it.
Yep.
And now the next thing is to let this milk come up to temperature and then thicken.
And that's the longest part
And that's
of the
it.
recipe, because then you just throw everything else in.
Right. The broccoli, you throw it in, and you're going to probably let it cook for about 5 minutes so that it has a chance to fully rehydrate.
Hey, Izzy from Portugal is here.
Hi, Izzy. How are you?
Hello. What time is it in Portugal? I have no concept. So it's got to be
It's
four
evening
hours?
time. It's
4
evening.
hours ahead of us, maybe?
4 or 5.
If you had to guess.
Because I think, isn't Portugal about the same?
Latitude?
Longitude.
Longitude of the, no.
Longitude,
Yes.
well, longitude, latitude. So I think they're about the same longitude as England. You got all that?
I've just copied you.
I know.
Yeah, that's funny. And oh man, I love some Portuguese chicken and rice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, a lot of paprika.
Yeah.
A lot of paprika.
Yep.
10:45 p.m. Oh yeah, they got one of those. Yeah.
So it is 6 hours ahead.
Yeah. Well, then hopefully we're going to give you the hankering for a midnight broccoli and cheese soup snack.
Maybe this can be for dinner for tomorrow.
Hankering.
Yeah, or lunch.
Yeah. England is 6 hours ahead of us in Central. There's Felicia, yeah. All right.
Okay, I remembered it being 5, but that was when we lived in Eastern time, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Well, and our son, Jonathan, he was stationed in Germany up until just recently.
Right.
And so we were all confused with, okay, now which country is how far ahead?
And that was 7 hours difference.
Yep.
So.
Hey, there's Larry Parrish. How y'all doing?
Hey, Larry.
The Daily Prepper is asking, where you guys from? Central Wisconsin, my friend.
We are we're currently, yes.
Central Wisconsin.
Originally, not from Central Wisconsin.
Yeah, an undisclosed bunker somewhere in the heart of, what is that? How does, is that the talk show host guy? He's awesome, the great one. Mark Levin.
Oh.
From an unmarked building, an undisclosed bunker.
Funny.
Rah, 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 rah. He's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So there's Thrifty VG. And they're from Arizona. All right. The Daily Prepper. All right. And,
Thrifty VG's in Rhode Island.
Uh-huh.
Goodness.
All right. So let's see. Questions as Mama's going. Or you got just chat it up, baby. Are you making the biscuits?
I'm getting ready to. I'm going to put the broccoli. This is not completely thick yet, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw the broccoli in. And it's 4 heads of broccoli, store-bought broccoli, or 4 cups of Thrive broccoli. So again, you guys know how I measure. That's about a cup.
1 cup, about a cup.
I got to make sure I don't grab the oxygen absorber.
Yeah.
That would not be very tasty.
Esther's from Waupaca. That's interesting. We've got another friend here from Waupaca.
Yeah. Old Glory Farmers
Old
in Waupaca.
Glory Farmers from Waupaca.
Not Waupaca.
Waupaca. See, but now check that out. It kind of hangs out on the top until some of the moisture gets into that freeze-dried broccoli.
And I don't have to chop it because Brad and the kids like the big pieces of broccoli.
Yep.
There's actually, I was noticing there's some of the, I wouldn't say broccoli dust, but some of the florets on the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those.
Oh, wait. Show them real quick. Let me get to the close cam.
I'm going to throw those in there.
Yeah, you can get some of that so you can thicken it a little bit with actual broccoli.
Yep.
Cool. Sally Grace is from Cape Town, South Africa. All right.
There we go.
And Gray Dragon is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Ireland, Mary Walsh from Ireland.
Goodness.
All right. We've got folks from all over.
This is a good time to
Apparently,
be live.
it's some broccoli cheese soup time.
Yeah. Now, if this does get too thick, you can add a bit more milk or chicken broth if you like.
Lorinda's from Idaho.
Oh, very cool.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add our seasonings now.
Hey, this is interesting. You go ahead and do your thing, and I'll answer a question here. So you got salt.
Salt, pepper, and a bit of nutmeg, and that's it.
Yep, not a lot.
No, not a lot. If you want to add different seasonings, if you want to add garlic or whatever, it's entirely up to you.
Salt, pepper.
And, sorry, guys. I don't measure, but the recipe does have.
There are measurements in the recipe.
There are measurements in there. I have to make them up.
Yeah. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, salt, pepper to taste, that sort of thing.
Yep.
The Daily Prepper says, I'll take it you'll be using Wisconsin cheddar. Normally, we would not.
Actually,
we are today.
We are today. I'm actually using Colby because that's what we had.
And, well, part of the recipe that makes this so fast, guys, is the Thrive Life freeze-dried cheese.
Yep.
Because, it's in a can,
right?
Just like this. But it's good on your shelf. What's crazy, for those of you guys who are preparedness-minded people, if you never opened a can like this and you just left it closed, for 25 years, it's just fresh cheese sitting on the shelf. And there's nothing in it, no preservatives, no weird stuff. It's just cheese. And then when you open it up, it's straight up good for a year. Like, for a year, you open it, use it, put it back on the shelf. So what I was saying, though, is normally we just scoop it out, dump it in, put this back on the shelf. Just like that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is really.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
And it's delicious.
It has made us better cooks because we have
More palette. Our palette is bigger.
Our palette is bigger because we have more options. Because if you need to add something, it just needs to add a little bit different flavor to it, we've got it.
Yeah.
And we can, how do you describe it? It's, though we are
I'm a mad
mad
scientist.
scientists in creating food.
Yeah,
and
because
it's
now
so much fun.
You look at your wall of freeze-dried goodies and you go, you know what? I think I want some asparagus in that. Oh, yeah. And then you just chook, and you don't have to go cut it down. You don't have to, because a lot of recipes you'll only have a little bit of mushrooms or something like that. And then you have most of them that go bad in the fridge because you didn't need the whole thing. And then you forgot about it, and then you got a weird growing science experiment in the back.
Yeah.
And with this, it's just like scoop, put it in, and then I put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make the biscuits really quick.
Okay, while that's going here, let me show that while you're getting ready. But look at that. I know the colors on this camera are not the greatest, guys.
Yeah. It doesn't look green, but it's green. It is green.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, now when you're freeze drying, it does lose a little bit of the color, but it does not lose any of the flavor.
And none of the nutrients.
Right.
Oh, wow. We got a lot of folks from overseas on tonight.
That's awesome.
Or today. Joe is from Wales, Lorinda, and the Pirate and the Lumberjack, of course. Esther's asking, do your recipes in your cookbook use dehydrated foods? Okay, I can answer that one. Yeah. Is that you can substitute anything you want. If you wanted to use store-bought recipe ingredients, that's fine. If you wanted to use Thrive Life ingredients, it's the same. It's just 1-to-1. You don't change anything. And if you wanted to do dehydrated, you may need to add just a little bit more water. Or
broth.
Or broth. But, if it looks like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to make paste, then I would add a little broth or water, but we don't generally use the dehydrated as much anymore. We used to have a wall of dehydrated stuff, but now it's kind of like, well, why would we?
Right.
Oh, Vern. Thank you, Vern.
Oh,
Vern gave us a little tip. Greatly appreciate that, sir. All right, so.
Okay, so this is gonna simmer. I've got this on low. Now this is a homemade Bisquick mix, and it has flour, baking powder, salt, and lard. And I make up a bunch of this and keep it in the freezer. To then use this, you're gonna use to make, I always double the recipe, but for a single recipe, it's 1.5 cups of the mix and 1/2 cup of milk. So I've got 3 cups of mix and 1 cup of milk. And then that's it. I'm gonna stir it.
Yummy.
Make biscuits.
Well, and okay, the great debate as to whether you use butter or lard. Here is the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. Use a little of each.
Yeah.
And they taste great. Because you get the flakiness with the lard, but then the butter flavor. Oh man, there's nothing that just replaces the butter flavor. Let's see. Okay, so Massachusetts, Diane. My mom's name was Diane. A little partial to the name Diane.
Yeah.
So,
Our
hi, Diane.
children, Ruth and Hope, have that as a middle name.
Yep. Well, and I don't know if you guys realize, but here, yesterday was day 1 of the first average frost date here in Wisconsin, believe it or not.
Yep.
Can you believe that? I mean, what is it? It was the 9th. And we had 40-something degree weather last night.
Yeah, we've been having 40-degree weather overnight for the last week, and it's coming. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
And that's okay, because I'm not a fan of the summer.
Although,
Except the fact that we can grow veggies outside and not have to bundle up so much.
Well, and yesterday was a red letter day because we got all of our wood split for hopefully heating the house for the entire winter. I'm not sure because we probably only have about 8 full cords, and it may take about 10 full cords.
Yeah, we probably will need
our wood burner is extremely efficient. Believe it or not, that's efficient.
Yes, it is, but this is a large house.
Yeah, we're blessed, man. The crisp flake, it's nesting time. It says, yeah. 105 here. Oh my gosh, brother or
I'm so
sister. I don't
sorry.
know if you are a man or woman.
Yeah, that's 100.
That's too much. That's too much for me. Hangover soup. They call it hamburger soup. They call it hangover soup.
Oh, funny.
All right. All the
this
wood split. Yeah.
is thick.
Hamburger soup. Ooh, here, let me go to the close cam. Show them what's happening.
Scraping
See how
the
it's
bottom.
thickening up a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bet you the camera's getting a little steam on it. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. See how it's kind of thickening up there a little bit, guys?
Yeah, and I still have yet to add the cheese. So I might need to add a bit of milk just so that it's not too thick. Brad doesn't like a real thick soup.
Gotcha. Now, here's another thing, too. Like she was saying, all you got to do is add a little more broth.
Broth or add more milk. It's
Depends
either way.
on, because people are funny about the consistency. I mean, some soups are supposed to be thick. Mm-hmm. And then some soups, you just want them a little bit thinner, like a vegetable soup. Not so fan of the big, thumpy kind.
Right. So these are not going to be rolled out. I'm just going to make lumpy biscuits, because why not?
And they taste just
They taste
as
the
good.
same.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if we can get the close cam. Nope, it's only the broccoli. We got to go over here. Got to go over here.
I can show in a minute.
That's all right. Yeah, these are like a super quick biscuit. You don't cut them out.
No. I really like making these. There's another recipe in our cookbook that a good friend of ours shared with us.
Do you want me to scoot some?
I got it. My hands are dirty. It's fine.
That's okay. This is
And
what
you
do.
take
Go
this
like
biscuit mix. Here, could you hold the bowl? That'd be
that.
great.
I'll hold the
Thank you.
bowl.
Thanks. I appreciate
You're
that.
very welcome.
She shared with us this recipe and a breakfast sausage biscuit that is really good. Or you could use bacon. Either way, it doesn't matter.
It's very good.
But you take this mix and you mix it with eggs and sausage or bacon, and it is delicious.
Thrifty VG calls this a drop biscuit, and I think that's
Yeah.
a good name for it.
That is a good name for it.
Are you done?
I am stuck, but yeah, I'm done.
I can.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So let's see. Ooh, that's looking good over there. This is looking good. Now, how long do these biscuits take to?
7 to 10
bake?
minutes.
Okay, so there you go, honey.
There's a towel.
Thanks, baby. She's
All right, so
kind.
these bake for 7 to 10 minutes in a 450-degree oven.
That's an interesting shaped biscuit. Yeah,
It's-
the shape is whatever the heck it is.
Exactly. It doesn't have to, it's not exact. All right. Now, our soup is ready to
Cheese it up.
cheese it up.
Let me
Give it a
get the
quick
close
stir.
cam. Look at that. See how thick that is? Now, for me personally, I don't like it much thicker than that. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Right.
But it would be a little too thick once the cheese gets in it.
Right. So I will be adding more milk to it. Now we've got, I better taste it really quick. That's my problem. I never taste it.
She doesn't taste enough when she's cooking.
No. Yummy.
Okay.
Yummy. All right. So we've got 4 cups of cheese. And you can use whatever flavor cheese you have or want. I don't recommend mozzarella, though.
No, it gets stringy.
It needs to be, it needs to be a cheddar or a Colby or a
Something
Monterey.
sharp.
Something sharp, yeah. So I have Colby because that's what we had. And it is Wisconsin Colby, and it is made in Colby, Wisconsin.
Which is actually only about 40 minutes from here.
Right, and that is where the cheese originated, was in Colby, Wisconsin.
That is the truth. Mm-hmm. That is the truth.
So,
All right, here's the poll. Here's the question poll. You guys ready? What is your favorite soup? Your favorite soup?
there's going to be so many.
I know. I can't wait to see. I hope that there's over 100 people here, so at least maybe we can see at least 50 different soup names. On your mark, get set. What's your favorite soup? The Massachusetts folks, you better be, at least somebody needs to be chowder over there. Got to have some chowder.
So we went to some friends of ours' house. They invited us over yesterday, and she made brat soup.
Bratwurst.
Man, that was really yummy.
Zuppa Toscana. Yes, Lindsay. Yeah.
Pasta fagioli is one of my
Pumpkin
favorites.
vegetable. That's interesting.
I've never heard of that.
Glenn, you and me, bro. French onion. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh my gracious. Broccoli cheddar is thrifty VGs. Wild rice with venison. That's
Ooh.
neat. And veggies. That sounds good. Kathy, I'm with you. Potato soup.
Oh, I have a mean potato soup recipe.
It is really
It's
good.
really good.
It is really good. Let me show you what's going on here. Look at there, guys. And that's it. You're done.
It's done. So now we just wait for the biscuits to be done, and then it's dinner time.
Yep. Now, one trick, though, is you may have to just slow the heat down on that, or else it could thicken up too much.
Yeah, or just shut it off. I'm just eyeballing it. Does that look too thick to you?
It's perfect right now.
Okay.
But you know how it goes. If you go a long time, you got to add to it.
Yeah, if you let it sit too long, you'll have to add more broth or milk to it because it will thicken up even more.
All right, so Marta
carrots.
Breen, I was just going to say, Marta Breen gets the golden Cupid doll for the most interesting soup. I don't think I've ever even heard of carrot cilantro.
Never have cream of carrot with cilantro sounds really
That
good.
sounds interesting. Unless you use like a ton of cilantro.
Yeah, you'd have to use just a touch because that cilantro has such a heavy flavor. Cheese cauliflower soup. So this brat soup, okay?
Oh, the bratwurst soup.
It had brats. It had potatoes, onions,
Sauerkraut.
celery, and sauerkraut. It was so good.
But it was not a super bitter tart sauerkraut. It was more of a Bavarian kind,
Yes.
which was a little more mild. And boy, that was actually really great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Lindsay, my 10-year-old son Brandon, says hello from Wisconsin.
Hello,
well,
Brandon.
Hello to you from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. Here, let's go back. Let's look at what we got here.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. Look at that, people. Should you bowl up just a little bit, even
can.
though that'll probably have to get eaten first?
I can't.
And then that we can show it up on the wide camera, I guess. Let's see. God's Third Acre says bean soup. That's interesting.
Oh, a ham bean soup. I like making that too.
Lentil soup is great. Love the lentil soup. Italian wedding soup. Yes, Peggy. I love Italian wedding soup. But this is going to be sad, and I'm gonna confess something to you right now. The closest we've gotten to authentic is the Olive Garden, which I love it anyway, but it's not the real deal. No. But let's see. Oh, let's go close. Oop, little go that way, and look at that, folks. Maybe spoon around in there. And yeah, it really does only take 10 minutes, guys.
There's still a chunk of cheese in there.
All right, you're gonna have to do the. You got to do the obligatory taste while we're waiting for the biscuits, Mom.
Okay.
Don't burn yourself, baby. Tomato basil, K7, yes. Are we good?
There's some good chew on the broccoli still.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like mush.
No, I don't either.
Oh man.
It's so good.
And it really is that simple. You don't need to complicate things.
No. No, it's really good. And we have made this in a meal in a jar.
Which is great.
So you can use instant milk, the Thrive instant milk, the Thrive cheese.
And you only add water.
Yeah, the broccoli, and then can't remember what else
All the
there is.
spices.
All the spices in there, and then all you do is add boiling water to it, and it's done. It's so good.
But what's really cool about that too, for those who are emergency or long-term storage-minded people, you can get one of those quart jars and then vacuum seal it. That way, you're going to get years of shelf life out of it, even though you already opened it, put everything in it, and then it's on the shelf.
Right.
But since you vacuum sealed the actual quart jar, it's gonna stop that degradation process.
Yep, it will. And if you keep it in a cool, dark place, then it will last so long. I can't tell you exactly how long because I don't know how long, but it will last a long time.
Let's see.
This is really good.
Esther says bacon potato with more bacon, cheese, and green onions on top.
Yum.
I'm with you, Esther. Yeah. Let's see. Tomato basil sounds really good to me, though. Okay, guys, here's another question. If you're having tomato soup, what is the only sandwich that you really should have that goes along with tomato soup? Anybody? First person, come on, here we go. Who's going to get it first? Who's the fastest typist award? Tomato soup goes along with, I know there's a delay, waiting on it. Grilled cheese, yes.
Yep, grilled cheese.
Ain't that's the truth.
Which is funny because I don't like tomato soup.
Everybody else loves it.
Can't stand it. I'll just have the grilled cheese.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's funny.
That's awesome. Sally, I'm Portuguese and my mom made caldiversa all the time. I honestly don't know what that is, but maybe type up what it is. That might make it, that sounds interesting.
You could translate that. I'd be interested in that because I love any kind of
we're learning overseas
Hispanic
kinda,
or Portuguese food. It's so good.
Grilled cheese on a homemade bread. Yes, Carla. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is cabbage and potato soup. Okay, Isabel.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
That's cool. That sounds yummy.
Caldo verde. Oh, I said it wrong.
Okay.
I said it wrong. I apologize. Yeah, I don't have a Latin bone in my body. I'm about as chubby white guy as it gets. That's it. Yeah. I can't even pretend to have that. Well, the closest I could get is maybe if I tried to sound like Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story movies. When he goes into Spanish mode. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, and it's really funny.
It's awesome. If you've never seen the movie, it's well worth it.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Makes you cry every time.
Well, that's the second one or third one? They've made so many of them.
I think that's the second one.
Could be the third one. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, he gets switched into, he's a toy, so he gets switched into his Latin mode. And
that was the one with
knowledge power.
Sunnyside.
Thank you. All right, she's Canadian, or he. I don't know if it's he or Shauna. I guess Shauna, sorry. Shauna would be generally a female name.
Usually, yeah.
Looking forward to eating and stocking up on all my favorites and sharing with others. She's a consultant.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, if you guys, honestly, truthfully, Scout's honor, whichever way the camera's flipped around, becoming a Thrive Life consultant is easy. It is absolutely
inexpensive.
Yeah. And the way I tell people is, what other business can you get into for less than $100 or $100, where you're going to get all the food and you don't have to pay a fee to get in and then you buy stuff. No, you get all the food. You don't have to think it up. You don't have to store it. You don't buy it and then hold on to it and then resell it. Everything is drop shipped. And you just tell people about, hey, I've got this website, check it out. And then if they buy, great. If they don't, no pressure. You don't have to pressure anybody to do anything.
Now, make your friends a meal, invite them over, share it with them, have it sitting on the counter. It's not a hard sell.
No, because you don't have to convince somebody they need to eat delicious food.
Paella is so delicious.
Oh, yeah, paella, yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's very kind. God's Flat Earth Gal Washington says, you guys bring a lot of happiness to so many people. Well, that's very kind. That is very kind. How much, we got 5 minutes left, baby? Still going?
Just about. Not even, probably 2.
All right. Well, then, I guess it's time to do some flamenco dancing since we're in Latin mode.
No.
Ole.
It's not flamenco dancing.
Flamenco.
I thought you said flamingo.
Yeah, we should see if we can hunt up some flamingos. Come on, baby.
What kind of dancing is that?
We got some roses in a rose bush out there. No?
No. I'm good. I don't dance.
That's why I learned how to play guitar.
Why I married a musician, because I don't dance.
Yeah. Let's see. That's funny. It's amazing. Honestly, I'm low-income single mom, and I spend more money with Thrive than in the store now. And you know what?
Yeah.
You waste less.
You do. You waste less.
less.
I mean, you saw what I used out of that can, and there's still a third of the can left, and it was already open. So I think I've already made broccoli cheese soup with this.
And you don't have that big honking stem that nobody uses.
Yeah, there's no waste then. You know, I mean, you can buy the broccoli florets and chop it up, and then it's got to simmer for 20 minutes before the broccoli's soft enough to do anything with. And that's how I used to make it. But honestly, this is so much easier and so fast. I mean, if you're late coming in from doing stuff outside, and which happens to us, especially in the fall, you throw a few things in there and you got soup, and you've
it's
got
not just hey guys, go make a sandwich,
and it's healthy
and it's warm. There's something to be said about a warm meal in your belly during the fall.
During the fall and the winter, holy smokes!
So here, this is interesting. Sally Grace. Oh my gosh, look at those. Sally Grace is married to a Mozambique Portuguese.
Oh, very cool.
That is interesting. I bet you have some interesting food flavors at home.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me see. Can we slide that one and then maybe swing that in?
Sure.
Just careful of the cable there, baby. Let's see. That way I can go to the close cam, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, it's not as... Here, let me... Yeah, I'll hold them up there, baby.
It's okay.
I don't want you to burn yourself.
I got it. I got a biscuit.
No, I mean, yeah, look at that, guys. And you saw how long it took her.
Nice and crispy.
It takes no time.
Ooh, fluffy. Oh, that's now hot.
It's toasty.
Can only hold it for a few minutes.
Let me see. Let's see if I can do like this. This is kind of what I was hoping to see.
Oh,
whoa!
This
bread
dumps our biscuits on the ground
on the floor. Don't do that. Well, now they're not stuck, except for that one.
No, they weren't stuck anyway because I buttered the tray. Silly goose.
Yeah, don't dump them.
No.
So,
right.
Look at that, guys.
So,
a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Christa, is your cheese and broccoli soup pan steel or aluminum? Is asking C. Bray.
It is stainless steel. Excuse me.
We've had these for a long time.
We've had these for 20 years at least. We bought them at Sam's Club. They do still make them.
Do you know the name brand? Because I don't remember.
I'll tell you in a second.
They were excellent, to be honest.
I don't know if they still sell them at Sam's Club, but here you can show the bottom.
Oh, wait. And what is that? It says or is it T-R-A-M?
I don't know if you can see that.
Tramontina.
And they're made in Brazil. They are heavy-duty bottoms. Honestly, I love them. We have only had one thing happen with these in 20 years, and it was with the small skillet.
Oh, and it could have actually hurt somebody.
It could have hurt somebody, but Jonathan was here in June, and he was cooking. And he knows how to cook.
Okay, hold on, pause though. You can't just leave it like Jonathan was
I wasn't
cooking.
done.
Well, hold on.
I wasn't done.
And I want you to continue. But you need to know who Jonathan is. See, that makes a big difference.
Jonathan.
Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Thank you.
Jonathan is Brad says he's the ready, fire, aim guy.
He most certainly is.
So he wants to do it, he does it, and then he thinks about it.
Oh, crud, something went wrong.
Right. So he had the pan on the stove, heating up. He went and did something else, and it overheated the pan.
Because he boiled all the water out of it.
Well, there was nothing in it.
Except there was some water.
Then one of these little buttons here popped off.
The rivets.
Yeah, one of the rivets. I didn't know I couldn't remember what they're called.
Shot off like a bullet.
Shot off like a bullet, yeah.
But we've had that for 20
years. Yep, 20 years. And it was reasonable then. I mean, it was, I think, $200, but that was, again, $250. So it was, 20 years ago. But they're still reasonable for what you get. They're very good quality.
Well, and okay, for those of you guys who are out there who, like I see Dan Schneider, he's here, and he's a beekeeper, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But he's been in the farming world for most of his life, and so he will understand this. If you buy a garbage tool, you're going to buy it again because you're going to break it. Mm-hmm. And we, for the longest time, just kept buying the garbage pots, pans, whatever was the $5 cheapy thing, and you'd burn it to where you couldn't use it again, and or break it or warp it or whatever, until we finally said, you know what, let's just get some really good ones. And it's been a long time.
Yep. The only other kind of pan that we have are cast iron.
Yes, and they get more use than just about anything.
Yeah, I think I use the cast iron more than any of the steel pans. I mean, if I'm making soup, yeah, I'm going to use the steel pan.
Hey, Kathy's asking, out of the 3 cookbooks, which recipe is in there?
This one is in the...
the first one, right?
No, it's in the second one.
Second one, okay.
The Homestead Treasures. Hey, put that back. Put that back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's in the Homestead Treasures. Actually, both of the recipes that we did today are in that particular cookbook.
The second one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crystal72 is asking, are you having a seed swap again anytime soon? We actually passed that off to some friends of ours this past year, Celtic Roots Farm.
Yeah.
They did it, and they did a great job, but unfortunately it's over and done with.
Yeah.
So the reason why we didn't do it this year is mainly because of time. We had recently moved, and we had to get a garden established. We were building a barn, which we're actually still building. And there was just a lot of things that had to get done. And you guys wouldn't believe how much work goes into a seed swap.
It takes hours. I mean, days, because you got to make sure, I'm a tad OCD. Just a tad. I don't want to send seeds that will grow only in Texas or in Zone 9 up to somebody who lives in Wisconsin. I just don't want to do that. So I categorize them by zip code and then by zone. And so
it took a long time.
Not zip code. I did by zone.
Zone.
Grow zone. Yeah. So it took a long time, and we had so much going on. All of our family was here in June, and it was just a crazy year.
Maybe next year. But Diane is asking, Mom, can we use the Thrive for a broccoli cheddar casserole?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Just make sure that you either add a little bit more liquid to your casserole or rehydrate it before putting it in the casserole. That's all.
Hey, you know what? The Bulletproof Pastor's here. Maybe he wants to do a seed swap. How about that for putting you on the spot, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Bulletproof Pastor's doing it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
That's funny.
He may. He may. I don't know. You don't want to commit to it, bro, because it's a lot of work. You got to know what you're doing beforehand, or else you're in trouble.
Yes. Bulletproof Pastor says he's CDO.
Instead
if you
of
are
OCD.
truly OCD, then it is actually CDO because you would put them in alphabetical order.
That's
and
correct.
yes,
That's correct.
I make that joke all the time.
So there it is, guys. I mean, had we not talked and had we not hung out, this is really a 10-minute meal.
Yeah, I would have made the biscuits, put them in the oven, and then made the soup, and dinner would have been done in less than 15 minutes.
And delicious.
Yes. And healthy, because it's not out of a box.
And if you are the emergency-minded kind of person, it's still good for a long time on the shelf without refrigeration.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, guys, that's Nana.
Nana.
She's over there.
Isabel's asking a question that
go ahead.
I don't want to answer because sadly,
Isabel.
can a person buy Thrive Life in a European community? And sadly, no.
The only way that you could do it, you can do it, but it's not cost effective.
No. You'd have to have somebody
here in the States
purchase it
and send it.
Yeah.
Which it is a great product, but then it honestly doesn't become cost effective.
No.
Unless you just have already somebody here that's automatically sending you stuff.
Right.
Right. So.
I mean, the good news is a lot of it is very lightweight, so the weight is not going to be a huge factor. This can of broccoli here.
It's nothing.
It's a third of a pound. That's the total weight in here.
If you know somebody, this was an interesting thing, because when our son Jonathan was stationed in Germany, we would send him just massive boxes of junk food. junk food that he couldn't get because of COVID. They were locked down and couldn't leave their barracks for 5 months.
No,
Couldn't leave.
It was at least 7 to 8 months, and he was there for 9 months.
But this is what we found out, is that if you're sending something to a military base, any size box, one flat rate.
Right.
If you tell them what you're doing at the Postal Service.
$27. If you're sending it to an APO is what it is. So the shipping is very, very reasonable. It takes a little bit longer, but it is very reasonable. So.
Wow, that's really interesting to know. Bob Peterson says the only thing America's Test Kitchen gave a higher mark to than Tramontina was all-clad. That's
Ooh,
really...
That's a really...
fancy schmancy.
That's awesome.
Ours is a testimony to how good that it has been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How's Nana doing, Vern? Well, I'll tell you what. When it's time to go, when we're finally done, I'll grab the camera and show you Nana. She's laying right there.
Yeah.
And
she's doing great though.
So
she's not pregnant, which we were okay with because she would be having puppies now.
Which we're glad that's not happening.
Yeah. Wait, now? No, probably in about 10 days. And she's not, so I'm happy about that.
So, yeah. Thrive Life Foods, guys. By the way, you know what we didn't tell them? If you want to just test some things out, go ahead and sign up. It's free to sign up to become a...
to get monthly deliveries.
Monthly deliveries. And then you can say, I only want this.
Right.
Or I only want that.
Right.
It's not like you're signing up to get a billion things.
Right.
It doesn't cost you anything to sign up, and then you only buy what you want.
Right.
But it's free to do that, and then jump in, because I got to tell you what, we love it.
Yes, we do love it. Also, if you do decide you're going to purchase the cookbook, don't forget about the coupon code SCHOOL20. All caps.
Yeah, you save, is it 20% off right now?
Yes, 20% off.
Yeah, but only till the end of the week.
Only till the end of the week.
So let me go
No,
grab...
not the end of the week. It's till the 19th. It's next week.
Oh,
yeah.
You made it a long time.
I made it 2 weeks.
All right, so say goodbye, because I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera. And
no.
Here we go.
Upside
You guys
down.
are flying through the air. Can you see Nana? Mom, can you see Nana?
Yes. Sorry.
There's Nana. Come here, Nana. Oh, Nana.
Well, you got to show Brutus now.
Well, Brutus is... I can't. He's over there. Come here, Brutus. Come here, Brutus. There he is. Hey, big boy. He's tied up right now. But boy...
So he doesn't get into
and he's
things.
Apparently very excited. Let's go ahead and change the camera view.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Nice.
here, you either hold this or shut it off and say goodbye.
I'll shut it off. Goodbye, everybody.
Just change it to that one
The
over
black. Okay.
Fare thee well, O newborn one. Stay the course until the race is run. Trust in Him who breathed new life in you. Rest assured He'll bring